everybody. It's Cynthia Porter with Visit Winona, and I am Facebook Live outside of the place that you sent us to this week. Let's see if I can do this with the stick. Yarnology. This is a beloved yarn shop downtown, and I know what you're thinking, like, maybe you're not a knitter, and maybe you've never been in this shop, but I just have to tell you, it is such a fun place to wander around in. Even if you don't knit or crochet or whatever, first look at their Christmas windows. They're so sweet. They made that out of, yarn. Let's be honest, it's probably yarn. So this store opened in 2010, and I do not knit. That's not true, not totally true. I took a knitting class once with my daughter, and I was terrible at it because it's obviously something that takes some practice. But I had such an appreciation for how beautiful yarn is, you guys. And if you think about it, everything you touch, somebody made it, right? So you come in here and you can just walk around. It feels like a color explosion, color and texture. In the wintertime especially, I just think that this is a cool place to come and just walk around in. Also, if you wanted to just try some knitting, right here is a little free cart. People leave their extra, what's in there now? Yarn, and there's some patterns and things like that. So let me tell you what I know about Yarnology. This store is absolutely enormously popular. Oh, Jamie says it's her favorite store in downtown. Go Yarnology. So people have told me that they will travel and come to this store because it's a rarity in the yarn world, and it's got yarn that's hard to find. And also, there's a community vibe here that's really, really just kind of fun. So I'm gonna walk by and say hey to the yarnologists. Hey, yarnologists. Yarnologists, isn't it cute? Okay, so Yarnology kind of builds community by having lots of resources for people, including, look at that, it's a little knitting circle where you can come sit and knit and crochet and embroider or whatever maker craft you like to do. They have a spot anytime that this store is open. You can just come in and sit down and do that. I also know that they have had projects in the past where they found a piece of local art, like, for example, a photograph, and then created in it. They had a yarn maker create an entire color palette out of that photograph, and then they would sell it as a special run of yarn created specially for Yarnology. Isn't that cool? And it would be always a photograph that was something specifically Winona. So I only know about that because they used one of my photos once. But otherwise, I can tell you that there are all kinds of classes you can take here. If I'm going too fast past the yarn, tell them to slow down. It's so pretty. There's all sorts of classes you can take here. Also, they have a sweater challenge. I think that's what they said it was called, that just started. And this is so cool. This is a challenge that starts on January 1, and the challenge is to knit a sweater and have it done by February 14th. And then when your sweater is done, you can send a photo of it, or you can come to a party. They have a party of all of the makers. Okay, even if you don't knit, look at how beautiful that wall is. Oh my gosh. It really is like, it's like a slice of summer inside this store because it's just so colorful. So anyway, this sweater challenge, people from all over the place are doing it. They don't just live in Winona. They told me that they've got some people in Colorado and I forget where else, Maryland, I think they said, that have contacted them and are doing the sweater challenge. So how fun is that? Also, if you're doing the sweater challenge, you can be a beginner and you can come in here and they'll give you help. They are just this really kind of inclusive community, and they work in social media in a place that a lot of us have probably never heard of. It's called Ravelry. Hi, ladies. People are shopping for yarn. Okay, wait, this is my favorite yarn. This is what they made that yak thing in the front out of, I think. Look at this. It's just such fat, soft, fuzzy yarn. So it's called Ravelry. It's called Ravelry, right? Mm-hmm. Ravelry. So Ravelry, if you're interested at all in this kind of maker type of craft, this Ravelry is a website that is specifically for people who are doing knitting, crocheting types of projects. And so that's why they explained to me that you won't see a lot on like Pinterest from knitting shops like this, because Ravelry has millions of people on it, and they're all very, very tightly focused on this type of craft work. If you're curious about it, Ravelry, it's a social media platform just for knitters and crocheters, hook people, I guess. I don't know if that's the right term. Anyway, you can also find Yarnology, though, on Pinterest, and they share a lot of their designs. Also, you see a lot of these samples that are created, like this one here. Let me just show you. So they have people who will knit things using patterns and whatnot, and then every one of these has a tag on it. It says what the pattern was, what the yarn was exactly that they used, and so forth. And sometimes at the end of a period of time that those have been on display, they'll take them and they'll have them for sale in the basement. They have a basement, they call it, here I'll show you, the underground, and the underground has got the samples that they want to sell, and it's also got skeins of yarn that are discontinued, or maybe it's just the last couple. They also have some pretty fantastic wool socks. I know that because I bought a pair here. Okay, this is a true story. I'm going to tell you an embarrassingly true story. One day I had a lot going on, and so I was rushing in the morning, and it was wintertime, and I just put on like a pair of ugly gym socks because I was wearing boots. It was wintertime. And then got towards the end of the day, and I was running out of time, and I realized I had a holiday party to go to, and it was going to be at someone's house, and it was going to be a place where you had to take your shoes off when you walked in the door. And I was in a complete panic because I just thought I'm not walking in there in these gross gym socks. So I ran in here and I bought a pair of these socks, and they're great. I still have them. They're made out of wool. They'll last forever. So anyway, enough about my socks. I hope you all had a great holiday season. It was pretty hectic here. We're just getting back to our Facebook Live today. We couldn't do it last week because we just ran into schedules, and then I got, a winter cold, and so now we're back at it, and we're going to have another Facebook Live tomorrow. I'm not sure who's going to win the poll between the two candidates who are on our Facebook wall, but we'll know by the end of the day today, I think. So every week we go wherever you tell us to go. We take your suggestions, and we put a poll up on Mondays, and then you get to vote. And so so far we've been really everywhere, I think, except I think there are a lot of places left to go. There's lots of, areas of Winona that have not had Facebook Live from them, and it's just fun, right, to have a fun look. Walking around is really casual, and we just kind of let you see little places that are new, places that are old, places that you love, places that you didn't know about, and we're having a blast doing it. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming along with us on this little journey around Yarnology, downtown on 3rd Street in Winona. Just a beautiful store, absolutely beautiful store, and it's a store that I think is pretty famous throughout at least the upper Midwest. I know that they ship a lot of yarn too, because people just see things here that they can't find anywhere else. So thanks, Yarnology, for making downtown more colorful. We appreciate it very much, and I'm looking forward to where we're going to go next. Wherever it is, I'll see you then. Bye, everybody. Happy New Year.